Hello world, it's Margarita from Moscow, Russia. It's project 1 for CS50web. Um, I tell you about structure of project and show you some pages in project. At first, project contains static files. It's statics for standard variant for Flask. It's a static directory static with CSS, JS. CSS contains Bootstrap and JS Bootstrap JS2. And jQuery for some scripts for Bootstrap and some scripts for rating for review. And style SAS, which generate style CSS for specific styles and project. Also, directory templates with HTML templates for different pages, and I show you after this, and script. And I use specific script config py because I have some problem with the environment variables, and I need a function for setting variables. And so I want to show you project at first. It's I log in with a user test. I can log out, but at first I show first functions with a login user. It's a catalog of book with a search and with pagination. I can use different pages, and it works. We can see what books sorted by title, and after and after. And if we on first page we see disabled previous page, and if we have next page we see it's active, and we can use search, for example, Agatha, and we see all books of Agatha Christie, and it's all on one page, and we don't see pagination. We can search also for title, for example, mystery, and all book with a mystery, and ISBN number, for example, and we can see all books with which content these digits in ISBN number. Also, we can see page of book, and in the cards of book, each card of book contains cover from OpenLib, Open Library, and title, and author, year and ISBN number. If we open book page, we see a big cover and title, author, average rating from Goodreads.com, and how much reviews count for this rating, year, published year, ISBN number, and blog with reviews with average rating this review, and we can add review too. I see what I left review with this user and check how I can add or not. Just a second. Submit. Now I see message. You already have review for this book, and I cannot add another review. But I can add some review for another book. For example, here my first review, for example. Now we can see what it has not reviews, and we did not see rating because of it, and when we wrote some first review, after this we can see rating and our review. And I used a specific filter for date because I don't find I did not find filter for date for this brain ginger, and I used special filter. And we see message what review saved. And now we can log out and register new user, for example, demo. Again. And login. And we can add another review for this book. For example, we like this book, like this, and submit. We increase our rating, review saved, and this 3 review for this book. We can see what date saved automatically because it's now it's daytime now. It works in database because of default value for this field. It's now. And return code. We have also IP, and I show you IP before. It's like it's ISBN for book and we can see some JSON response in JSON format about this book. ISBN, author, average score, publication date, its year, review count, and title. And so in code. General first script what we need, it's import with it's create tables for project it books for import books, users for registration, and reviews for saving review, and import script for function for import books from CSV file. I use simple scheme for tables. It's just books, users, and two foreign key with user ID and book ID from reviews for books and users. Date like timestamp, and default how I tell before, it's now, time now. For rating, I check what it's more than 0 and less than 5, and it can be half, and because it's numeric, not integer. And second, it's a simple script for connect, for getting information from API, and it's just get information, and if it's not if status code is not 200, return just empty empty dictionary without data. It's not empty, it's with strings, no data. And if we have okay status code 200, I return AVG average rating and reviews count like dictionary in rating dictionary. And application. Application at first I add filter for date time with my format. It's a standard variant for Ginger, and I read it from documentation of Ginger. Also, I add function login required from Flask documentation for wraps. Another function where I need check login and I use it in other function. Next function it's index, which login required. At first I check query. If we get some query from search, we try to get objects from tables books with this query. It's author like Q, title like Q, or SBN like Q. And second, we check page, and if you have a page in request, we should get some object for another page. And it works with the help limit and offset for next steps with raw SQL. And if we have third page, for example, we multiply offset and we get some another objects for another page. And I return not all pages because it's a very big number, very big count of pages, and I have rules for it. -3 and plus 3 pages for view, and it's this this logic. And the next and the return render template, we use index.html. We return books like page objects and some variables for pages and query like Q, because we can see if we search something, we have our query in that page. And after function book, with get and post to get for render template book page, and post for save in review. We check what all fields is full, and we check what rating less than more than 0 and less than 5. If not, we return some message with error. Else we save this review in table reviews. And we check, of course, what its first review, and save. And if get method, we just return some information for book page, and also we have request we have we use I use function get rating from Goodreads script, and also we have reviews list from tables, and review rating, user rating, like AVG rating from table review for this book ID. And also we have standard function logout and function login. When I check the username and password, what it's okay, and it have in database, and I use hash function from check password method, check password hash, and also I use a method for make this hash function in function register. It's like generate password hash, and both this function I checked this value from request, and it's correct, I login, or it's correct, I register user. And the last function is IP-ISBN, when we can answer users in JSON format about book when we have request with the ISBN. It works with tables, books, and reviews. I join reviews and group by ISBN. I return information about it, and return with help JSONify. That's all. Thank you for your attention. I think it's and about templates. Also, I have base template with a script and use URL for static files, for example, and for another internal files functions. And navbar for menu navigation when I use logic for view if user login or not login. Also, I have message HTML. It's a standard logic variant for Flask. I use get flashed message, and I used with categories. Category I used like class for Bootstrap alerts, and message like text for message. And also I have pagination, where I have logic for pagination bar, navigation of pagination. and it's check for first page, current page, and construct another pages. Simple template for login and for register. It's just a form for this and index HTML include pagination and loop for books, view for list of books, and form for search. And book HTML include form for review and carved off book with the title, author, rating, review count, year, ISBN, and a list of review when I have a loop for review view column, and form review for view this form. It's special file because I used jQuery script in this file for this logic for stars, and it works for different function, click or hover or hidden, and change rating, and it's for stars, and this inputs hidden, and it works for value of these stars and area for a review, and button for submit a review. That's all. Thank you. Sorry for my English. I am Russian and I am bad with it.